Hi.
Hi, happy Monday, everybody. How is everyone doing today? We hope that you're all doing good. I see a bunch of you already here. Say hello. Let us know that you're out there and watching. I can see the counts, so I know that you are. But we're so excited to be here. Lots to talk about today. But go ahead and type in the chat box, give us a shout out, and of course, let us know if you have anything specific you want us to make sure that we address today so that we get that on our agenda. But you guys, there is a really big topic of conversation. This came up. Well, let me stop back. It didn't just come up this weekend. This comes back over and over and over again, and I think Carissa and I are always approaching it. And so I want to really make sure. In fact, I'm going to make sure I send out this video to everybody so that they can understand because you know the 16th and the 17th, we've all gotten the announcements. It is, Prime Day and everything on Amazon goes on sale and everyone gets all excited and crazy. And I want you all to take a step back and use some caution because so I had one of our clients this weekend. She, I reached out with her. She's dealing with some sinus stuff. And for those of you who know, right, whenever you have sinus stuff, what is one of the best go-tos that we have in our arsenal? Put it in the chat box if you know what it is. If you've been in our community for a while, you know what it is because it is by far one of my favorites because it's so effective and efficient, and that's the alicidin. So anyway, she had run out of alicidin and was having some trouble getting her order in the Pure Labs website. It was just a mismatch in the credit card address at the end is what we figured out. But anyhow, what happened was, she had gone to Amazon, and the minute I saw the word Amazon, I was like, no, stop, cancel that order. And you guys, why is that? Why am I so concerned about Amazon? And you guys, Amazon's great. I'm not going to say I don't use Amazon. Like, it's so convenient to have stuff arrive on your doorstep the next day. It's so convenient to not have to run to the store. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere. So it's like, the closest Walmart is at least a half an hour away. So it's convenient and easy. However, you guys, when you're dealing with nutritional supplements, when you're dealing with any kind of food items, and I'm even cautious with any kind of course, homeopathics or any kind of lotions or anything that you put on your body. Okay. And there's a lot of reasons for that. So you guys, I've done, I think, a live on this before, but number one is when you're dealing with especially nutritional supplements, we are, diligent about using Premier Research Labs in our practice, right? Because Premier Research Labs, honestly, they have the best quality supplements on the planet. And everything that they make is energetically tested, right? Because every single substance has an energy, it has a frequency. And the way that that substance interacts with your body then has an impact on how it's influencing your body. Okay. And one of the biggest, I'm going to say killer, one of the biggest, things that disrupts that frequency or that resonance is all the scanning. So number one, anything that you get from Amazon, right? Amazon's really effective and efficient. If you've ever, you can YouTube a video of what it's like in their warehouses, but things literally go through conveyor belts and are scanned over and over and over and over and over again. And that scanning actually impacts the bioenergetics of the nutrients. So when you're taking those nutrients, you're no longer getting what you think that you're getting. I mean, that's one of the problems. Carissa, you've gotten stuff with the QC tape from Pure Labs before.
Oh, yes. And sometimes I've even tried to save that tape
That's
to give it out to my son.
I'm looking for it. Thought I had a piece of tape right here in my drawer, but by the time I dig through this drawer, I'm not going to find it. Might be before this live is over. But you guys, when you order direct from PR Labs, you'll notice that around your box is this tape, and it kind of looks like
Yeah.
the pendant, right? What's on there, and the purpose of that is not for the company to be fancy and have a fancy thing, but it's actually bioenergetically protecting your nutritional supplements. Okay. Because Premier Research Labs is about nutrition that really works. So we want to make sure that your nutrition, right, that supplementation that you're investing in, right, is actually doing what you're expecting that it's doing in your body. So number one, it's got that on it to have that protection. Amazon stuff comes with no protection, and it's gone through 10 times the amount of scanning, which is a problem.
And
Okay.
PRL doesn't allow selling through Amazon too, right? For this reason, for like
Yeah, well, let's talk. Oh my gosh, Carissa, this is such a big deal. And you guys, it's been a big deal for a long, long time. So as a provider of Premier Research Labs supplements, right, which the only access should be through a practitioner, okay? But then comes along Amazon, and Amazon is newer. It wasn't around 16 years ago when I started with the company, but when it did come, it became a really big issue because people, we sign a contract as to where you're allowed to market or sell your products. And then all of a sudden, all these little things started popping up on Amazon, and even Premier Research Labs has spent, when I tell you, millions upon millions of dollars, lots of legal pathways trying to dismantle these things. It was on a call with the CEO, and he was like, yeah, it's like the Amazon mafia. There are like containers of these small groups, and they're putting stuff up there that isn't supposed to. And so Premier Research Labs has to have a presence on Amazon in order for them to be able to legally go after the people who aren't supposed to be on there. So it's kind of like this catch-22, but there is a huge problem, right? Huge problem in that there can still be these places here, right? And there's so much counterfeiting. So I had one of my colleagues, a client of hers had gotten something off of Amazon, and they were having an issue. Now, when we design our programs with QRA, they should be seamless and flawless. Of course, sometimes things happen. We have to troubleshoot things. But her client was having like a weird response, and she's like, well, where's the supplement from? And she's like, oh, I got it on Amazon. And she literally, I have a picture on my phone, but she literally had, it was a CoQ10, a regular CoQ10 that came directly from Pure Labs, and then the CoQ10 that came from technically Pure Labs on Amazon. And they were, if you looked at the capsules side by side, they were not at all the same product and item. And this is not the first time, right? This is happening over and over and over to our practitioners, right? And you guys, it's a big deal because here you are, you're investing in what it is that you think that you're, getting, and then you're not actually getting. And how do you even know? So there's a lot of counterfeit. I'm going to share, Carissa, because I had found this this counterfeiting on Amazon is not a new thing. Let's see, share screen. Let's see, tab. So this article is actually from last October, right? And you can see here on September 26, 2023, a man from New Jersey was arrested for selling fake versions of Pure Encapsulations, L-glutamine, and Nature MD's Gut Connection 365 on Amazon. And this, you guys, he had already, gotten away with more than $130,000 in selling of counterfeit products. And you guys, I'll take this link and I'll put it in the chat box so that you can see it. But this is a big deal because, it's fraudulent is what it is. But going beyond fraudulent,
what are you betting in it? Like, what is he making it from?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Is you think that you're getting something that's of value, and you can be getting something that's actually damaging you. So I, for one, I don't, like I said before, I don't buy any supplements, any food items, anything that would go on my body at all anywhere through Amazon. So I wanted to highlight that because I know Amazon Prime Day is coming up. You guys, it's not worth the risk not knowing what it is that you're getting. And we've had multiple conversations, direct with Premier Research Labs as well in how they're managing it. But it's like Amazon for all of the companies is, it's kind of like a thorn in the side. It's like this thing that we wish wasn't there, but it's there. And they're trying to navigate how to get through and how to make things, better, how to caution people. But it's nearly impossible is what it seems like. So I'm just out there letting our clients know, hey, be really careful about what you're getting off of Amazon. Now, I mean, if you're buying curtains, not a big deal. But if you're buying stuff that you're putting on your body, or in your body, you've really got to be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Yeah. So Donna said, I first heard about this when the Seresto I got for my dog did not work. The Bayer company told us there were counterfeit tick and flea collars being sold on Amazon. So I believe it would happen with their supplements too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a really big deal, especially because, when we're talking about supplements, like we're spending, I spend a decent amount of money on my supplements every month. To think that if I order them off Amazon, I'm kind of throwing my money out the window at best, right? And at worst, I'm creating harm for myself. That's a big deal. And just like you can see that guy from New Jersey who was counterfeiting stuff. I guess it's not, I don't know the world of counterfeiting personally, but I guess it's not the most difficult thing to do. And what Amazon does, because it requires such fast delivery, right? It guarantees that fast delivery. If something's not available in one place, from like the manufacturer stock, then it's coming from whatever else is out there. So you never know what you're going to get. And I know Premier was explaining that it's hard to even track because they'll have people who are making purchases at small amounts. And then like half of that is what they'll put on Amazon. So there's all these crazy things that they do to try to track things, like put certain markers on bottles and then start making purchases and trying to track them. But it's a whole world that I probably would never have known about otherwise, except for being in here. And certainly doing a little bit more research, I was like, wow, this has been a big problem for a long time. And, those of you who do things like mud pack therapy, you're doing the mud and clearing the interference field. If you've got mud that's not real mud, or you're clearing interference field thinking your body's, supported and your body's not supported, you now end up with having adverse reactions. I mean, to anything. We don't know what's in those capsules, which is the problem. So I caution you all on that. What do you guys think about that? Give us some comments in the chat box. Thanks, Donna, for sharing your experience. I know it happens with all sorts of other things, right? It's like, oh, you think it's the brand name and then it's like something from China. So it's happening with everything else. So I certainly warn you guys of that. And you guys, I mean, Premier has, they have preempted the Amazon Prime Day sale by offering 15% off. So as long as you're using that STARS 15 coupon code, I'll put that in there, STARS 15. And if you go through our link there, you can access that code and get the 15% off your order, and at least know that you're getting it with the quality that you think you're getting. So that's a big deal. I mean, Carissa, what are you seeing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never knew about it either until I started working with you. And then it makes so much sense, too. Like you're just not getting that quality, and then reading stories about counterfeit pills, or like how Donna had mentioned too, it ventures into pretty much anything, right? Yeah. It's just not about supplements. So I only use Amazon for like books, and I have a inflatable paddleboard that I have in my cart waiting for Prime Day because I'm hoping it'll go on sale better than the $250 that it is. Yeah. But yeah, Amazon is interesting too, because I find that I will struggle with, like, let me go down to the bookstore and get the book in my town, or order through them rather than ordering through these companies, right?
True.
And it's all about just getting it now, because Amazon, there's times that I've ordered, it's like, it'll be on your doorstep at 4 a.m.
I know. Yeah.
Or you're not feeling good. I've ordered birthday cards. Like,
I agree with you though. Like I always want to try to support those local businesses, right? Because Amazon is growing, 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 growing. And I want to support like the local community stuff more so
Yeah.
than Amazon. So yeah, I do try to. It doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I still use, I mean, certainly Amazon started with books, right? So the first place you think to go for a book
All the time.
is
Exactly.
Amazon.
Yeah.
But I think, I think too, like the whole kind of quick mentality is kind of some of the things that we see people struggle with in general, right? So just to kind of transition from when we think about our health and what's happening with our health, and we're trying to solve a health issue, we sometimes look, it's kind of like we want that quick delivery. We want the thing delivered on our doorstep and in 4 hours. We want that symptom or issue resolved. And so then we also start looking for those quick fix things and start throwing darts at the dartboard, trying to hit the bullseye. It's so prevalent because we live in this, anything can be delivered. We can find any answer we want. It's like we live like this, that we've forgotten to like, hey, slow down. Let's figure things out. Let's get to the underlying root cause. Isn't that what South Bay Wellness is all about? Right. And so it's a no wonder that we're kind of conditioned this way in all different areas of our life.
1000%. I mean, just even to understand that lasting change will take time and effort, right? And sometimes it can demotivate us when we don't understand that. It's like, going to the gym or eating healthy, one or few times a week, we tend to be like, oh, it's not working.
Yes.
Resort back to those old behaviors instead of building consistency and routine and being patient with ourselves and even just celebrating the wins, right? We forget to do that too, because again, like our mind is so focused on that instant gratification. Like, I want it, I can have it. And like you just said, between knowledge, between ordering groceries or whatever it is that you need, we live in an age where we can get it fairly simply. However, it kind of has an adverse effect on us because we don't really stop to sit and really stay in things anymore. We're always just go, go, go and want. Yes. And so I feel like it's hard sometimes for people's brain to process, mine included. There are times I can't even focus when I'm reading sometimes because I think it's the scrolling that I do.
It is. It's like, how many of you scroll, right? Scroll in the comment section, right? We are all, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I catch myself, with the current events this weekend, I must have been on my phone like double the amount of time I'm ever on my phone. Right. I'm like, what the heck is going on in our world? And then I'm like scrolling and I'm like, why are you scrolling? And it's so funny. It's like, I'll give you guys a little prelude, but for those of you who know, I'm doing a TEDx talk in Huntington Beach in September. And so
exciting.
Yeah, I'm like knee deep in this TEDx talk, and the TEDx talk, just to give you all a highlight, but the TEDx talk is really about our connection to ourself, right? And so here I am this weekend working on my TEDx talk, and then like distracting myself from my focus of my talk to scroll. And my TEDx talk is exactly about not distracting yourself so that you can literally connect to yourself and get out of this like quick, fast-paced, craziness of distracting ourselves from our own inner voice, So it's just total, it's just the irony of it all is so, it's so there. Like, Danielle, what a hypocrite you are.
But it's in those moments that we learn and grow, right? Yes. It's in those moments that we can like view the challenges and the setbacks and even just really bring awareness. Yeah. I think it's really cool that you were like, whoa, it's happening to me right now.
Yes.
Here it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Katie's saying totally losing concentration when she's reading. Katie, it is because I don't know, you guys, there is a lot of actual, neuroscience behind what's happening with our brain and our phone usage and all of that. But we are literally like conditioning ourselves to that scroll or to that, 15, 20 seconds of focus and concentration and the constant dopamine hits that occur, from the scrolling. Like it is really a thing that has having, you know, a neurological impact and something for us to be super, super aware of. I think it might've been during a Facebook Live. We were talking with a performance coach, you know, for my sons for their dirt bike training. And he said, you know, just in the midst, I don't remember the context, but in the midst of the conversation, he said, you know, I watched the kids all lined up on the line, and, you know, all these kids are sitting on their bikes, they got their helmets, and you can see, you know, you can notice when a helmet is moving. And he says, you'll see they're literally, their heads are like bobbing based on like these 15, 20-second intervals. You know, this guy's been around a long time, and he's like, this is like brand new. I've never seen this before, but it's like unbelievable to watch, to see what's happening. So, but it's not, you know, it's not just the kids, it's all of us. So we've got to kind of step out of this quick fix, quick distraction, like all of that mentality. It's scary, right? And it's scary when it comes to, you know, our mental health. It's scary when it comes to our physical health, because now we're making, you know, some prelude to my talk here, but now we're making decisions based on everything else around us versus decisions based on what we know within ourselves to be true, you know? Or Carissa, how many of our clients, you know, when people first start in our practice, they're like, well, you know, I kind of had a sense that there's been something wrong in my body and stuff has been happening for a long time, but I've just ignored it. I've just pushed it aside. I've pretended like it's not there
all the time.
You know? And that's so common. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. It's good work. It's not bad work. We've got to learn how to evolve with the technology in a way that doesn't interrupt, you know, who we are as human beings and what we need to maintain our, you know, our connection to ourselves and our connection to actually problem solving at the underlying root cause versus quick fix, you know.
I think that's a beautiful point, just evolving with technology. Because, right, it's not really going anywhere. We all use it. We're on it now.
Yes, we are. We are.
It helps us connect. It helps us connect, you know, far and wide, you know, yes. Talking to people in other countries even. So it does have its benefits. But like you said, that balance has to be there to where we still focus innate and trust ourselves, because I think that is big for many people. I mean, just last week, I had a conversation with a new client who expressed exactly that, how challenging it was for her, that she was going to the doctor and, you know, she was cute. She said, you know, I would go to a doctor and they would tell me the same thing. All your blood work looks great. Everything looks great. There's nothing wrong with you. She's like, so I'd find another one. And she just kept going through like this rotation of all these professionals that were saying the same thing until she found us, right? Until we were outside of the scope and she was like, whoa, you know, talking to Dr. Z was amazing because she heard me and she understood me, and she was very excited to get started, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, really awesome. Joanne said she went away last week and tried very hard to read some paper books, no screen stuff. And it wasn't easy, but she felt so much better. And she floated in the lake with her paper. Oh my God, I have such a great visual of Joanne sitting there floating in the lake with her paper book, her paper book. So that's awesome. Yes, we do need, Joanne, you're right. We do need to train ourselves. I'm so glad. She said, that's what I did until I found Dr. Z. Exactly. Thanks for the little shout out there, Joanne. Oh, thank you, Miss Carissa, too, for your shout out this weekend.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it.
That was awesome. Yeah. Donna
I thought it was important to share with everyone because we just had a lot of gratitude. So I just wanted to put it out there and share it with everyone else in the community. So there was a lot of love, which was really awesome.
Thank you. Donna says, Dr. Z is very focused. Donna, Dr. Z works hard to be very focused. And apparently with my scrolling this weekend, I wasn't as focused as I should have been. And I knew as I was doing it, I'm like, this is total procrastination from doing what it is that I should be doing right now. So full disclosure, I am completely human. I'm glad that you're grateful for coming to the webinar in 2022, Miss Joanne. We're glad it changed your life. That's what we're here for, everybody, is to change your lives. So, I mean, I think that's what we're all about. We're all on the planet here to help each other through this journey called life. So we're so grateful that you all took a chance and trusted us and dived in to work with us, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys giving us the opportunity to do that. I'm glad you love this half hour, Katie. It's a nightlight to have these connections. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, we are super glad to have you all. I am going to share this, I think, because it's important. I know as Amazon Prime Day pops up, you guys use, if you are our clients, you already have your access to purchase Premier Research Labs directly from the manufacturer, where it is the safest. And those of you who don't have an account, I did put in the chat box, I put a link to where you can create an account, and I put the stars 15. So that stars 15 discount, it's a 15% discount, is available on the 17th. So I'm sure they coincided that with the Amazon Prime sale, which was really smart on their behalf. And I'm super grateful, that they've done that. So you can use that stars 15 to get 15% off your order. And any last words of wisdom, Carissa?
I think we covered a lot of awesome stuff. I would just encourage people just to continue to connect with professionals like yourself, health coaches like me, embrace your challenges, embrace any setbacks, and just keep learning and growing and staying connected. Staying connected is, I think, really important. So reminder group coaching tonight, everyone.
Group coaching for those of you in the community. Donna, it is only 115. It is only 115%. Yes, those of you who are in our community, you do get your usual 15%, but PRL doesn't generally offer that. We do that as a courtesy to our clients, but it is open for everybody. That stars 15 up until the 17th, which again coincides with Prime Day. So yeah, and I think, Carissa, just to build on what you just said, the other piece is, hey guys, we're all human, and this is something I say all the time when I'm meeting with our clients. Like, we're all human. Like, these setbacks, they happen. My favorite one is when people are, they come through our programs, they go through detox, and then something in life happens, and maybe they have some crazy deviation, and they come back, and we're sitting with them in our next Zoom meeting, and they're like, oh gosh, so I had a really off weekend, and I have to tell you, I felt really bad afterwards. And I don't want to praise feeling bad. I don't want anybody to ever feel bad. But the thing that they always say is, and it was a really great lesson.
Yeah.
And so just, we're human. We are going to travel down this path. And the more we can take those things and bring them to the front and notice that we're doing them and pay attention to them, the more successful we are overall. And the more we learn and grow. Listen, we're never going to stop unpeeling layers of ourselves to learn and grow. It's just kind of part of life's journey.
And I don't want to.
Yeah. So
right? I don't think I ever want to get to a point where I'm like, I know it all. Although part of me probably does, but I just have that need for knowledge,
Yeah.
And just understanding improvement is a continuous journey.
It is. And if we do get to that point where we're like, oh, I know it all, then we know that that's the next layer of the onion appeal.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, all right, you guys, have a great, great week. We will see you here at Lunch and Learn Live next Monday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.